Salutations, my friends. Today, we are going to customize an axe. Alright everybody, so here is the axe we're going to be customizing today. It's been on the Adventure Subi for a little while now. I got it at Harbor Freight for like 15 bucks, so nothing too crazy to write home about, but it shall do the job in a pinch. But if you kind of look, the wood, it's got some like, I don't know, mold or mildew or whatever have you from being out in the elements, and the axe head is definitely starting to rust out, and some of the rust will, like in the rain, I'll find that it drips down the car and I'll get like little rust spots from the axe on my paint and all that. So I figured instead of leaving it like this, we'll go ahead and clean the axe head up. I want to do a paint on it, paint it black, and then all this will be black, and then we'll leave the blade silver, kind of like some of the firemen's axes you see. I saw those and I thought it was a pretty cool look, so about that much or so of it we'll leave silver, and the rest we'll go ahead and paint it black. And then I'm gonna sand down the handle, and we'll go ahead and I'm gonna torch it with a butane torch and kind of char the wood, and we'll go back over and stain it. I've got a, I forget the name of it, it's like a darker red. I think it'll look pretty sick. And then right along here I'm gonna go ahead and Dremel in the name of the channel, and I think it's gonna turn out pretty sick. I'm really excited, so I'm gonna take it to the bench and go ahead and get started. So we got the axe off the Subi. It was just held on by these U-bolts I got from Tractor Supply, a couple of brackets that I shaped to kind of fit the contour of the axe handle, and then some bolts. I had two of them I would have them butted up to each other so that they didn't back out on the freeway or something, so I didn't have an axe going through someone's front windshield. And you probably were wondering why I was not using a socket ratchet and why I had a boxed in 9/16, and that's because I looked all throughout our toolbox for like 15 minutes, and for some reason every 9/16 socket and ratchet decided to walk away and disappear. So, but yeah, that's kind of the setup I have for keeping it on the roof rack. I know there's actual mounts for roof racks to keep axes, shovels, and other equipment, but I didn't have the money and I got really excited and I didn't want to wait for it to get shipped to me, so I just ended up getting these U-bolts, and they work really well. I keep a 9/16 in the glove box in case, obviously, I ever needed to use it. You can see the original color of the handle when I first bought it, hidden behind where the bracket was, protected from the elements and whatnot. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how this wood turned a gray almost from just being out in the snow, the rain, the weather, and all that different stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some sandpaper, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so preparation is complete. We went ahead and got the handle all sanded down, brought it back to its original glory. I hit the head of the axe with the same sandpaper and got rid of the grease and rust and all that good stuff for the paint, scuffed it up. And I hit the blade with the angle grinder, or bench grinder. So we're going to go ahead and, I was thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and paint the head of the axe first. That way I don't have to worry about overspray on the handle after I stain it, because if I stain the handle first and then we go to paint the axe, I'll have to tape off the handle so I don't get overspray on the brand new stain. So I'm going to go ahead and do the head of the axe first. We'll paint it up, tape it up, and let that dry. Come back, char up the wood, get it stained, and see how it comes out. Alright guys, so ran up to the store real quick, got another can of paint. I got home from work and I figured, hey, let's go see how the axe went, because I let it dry overnight. And I went out and I wasn't really happy with the lines on the axe and the way it looked, so I went to go re-spray paint it, and the lid of the old can somehow froze together. I don't know how it froze to the actual can, but the lid froze to it. So when I was able to finally pry it off, the little tip of the can and the pin that goes into the can came with it and completely broke. So I'm at the store now, had to run up real quick to go get another can. So yeah, that happened. But no worries, just a small kink in the plan. I'm gonna run home and go ahead and do another spray paint on it, and we'll see how it comes out. Before, I had the blue painter's tape and I had a little peak going on, and it came to like a little point in the center of the axe, and I was like, hey, that's gonna look cool. But it didn't really come out too clean, and when I painted it, the paint still got up under the crease of the old tape, so it wasn't clean at all. And there were some high spots that I didn't really like on the head of the axe. The rest of it came out really well. So instead of having the tape come to a point, I just ran one solid straight line. This and that's going to be painted up, and then the natural contour of the blade we're just going to leave as the design, and then the paint's just going to be a straight line on both sides. So change of directions, but I think it's still going to come out really well. The rest of it painted really nice, so I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the good old rattle can and cross my fingers. The axe head is all finished up. I had a change of plans in the middle of doing it. I originally had the masking tape coming straight across, and it painted a really nice line. It came out really clean, but it felt really perfect. It felt like too fine, too nice, I guess. Like just having the straight line, because I'm gonna overland the Subi over there. And having it, I don't know, it just felt like it clashed with the whole theme. So I had this idea. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take some really fine sandpaper, and I'm just gonna rub it. I'm just going to sand real lightly for a long while, and it started creating these peaks. Like, it looks like the paint is faded into the metal, And I was like, okay, I really like that. So I just kind of kept going with it. Then when I was done, I hit it with some good old Meguiar's 105 cut compound, and it shined it up really nice. It was originally I was originally going for a satin black, but the cut compound brought out the shine, and I kind of like it. You know, it isn't exactly what I was going for, but I kind of like the shine on it. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it for sure. And that's the thing, is there are so many cool channels out there on YouTube where they do some professional and really awesome stuff, but I'm not one of those. This is my first time ever doing an axe or anything like this. I figured I'd throw a camera at it and kind of see what happens. I'm just running with it, having fun with it, and just doing some DIYs, some adventures, whatever I feel like, to be honest, and we'll grow together, you know? I'll learn. If you guys have cool ideas, throw them at me, and we'll kind of see where it goes. Alright guys, let's play with some fire.